what's good, y'all? What's my review for Gemini, man? Oh, I just got back from the theater. Overall, I have to say, this movie was awesome, man. I love Gemini, man. It was great, a great action film. Yeah, just a great time, man. So, without further, I must say, 2 Will Smith for the price of 1, man. I mean, that's just a good deal. But anyway, let us jump right into the movie. It's directed by Ang Lee and stars my man, Will Smith, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Benedict Wong, Linda Ahmad, Douglas Hunch, I think I'm probably saying that wrong, and many more. And the plot of Gemini Man is that it follows Henry Brogan, a 55-year-old elite assassin who is ready to retire. The government ain't so happy that he's retiring, so they send in his clone, Junior, to go and take him out. And the rest of the movie is just him trying to escape him, and that's the whole thing. So, let me start with the positives. First off, Will Smith. Will Smith is raised this movie as just being Will Smith when he's just being Henry, but as Junior, when he has to with the de-aging stuff and everything, he is great in that one role too. The one thing I was most curious about was how he would turn out as Junior, because when you see how Will Smith is as Henry, it's just Will Smith, But as Junior, he's really great. There was this emotional scene around the midpoint that was in the trailer, when you see him crying and everything. That scene was really emotional. Not like, oh my God, my heart's with my heart, I feel for him, or you're crying with the butt. Will Smith gave you a good performance, a damn good performance if you ask me. He was great across. He was great there, and of course he got also praise the de-aging stuff. Now apparently, I'm not going to claim and say like, oh, this is a masterpiece. This is bleeding edge technology, or like this and all this, that, and the other. It's not as good as it is in Captain Marvel. In Captain Marvel, that was just Samuel L. Jackson back in the '90s. Like that man looked like you just took him out of fucking What's a Will Smith? What's a Samuel L. Jackson? Like Pulp Fiction. You just took him out of Pulp Fiction, had them shave the facial hair, just put him in here. It's not like that. It wasn't that good. It still looked great. There were some scenes in the movie that where it legit looked like Will Smith when he was younger. And even his voice sounds a lot younger. Like he sounds like how he did back in his Fresh Prince days. Back in the '90s. I'm assuming now. I don't know how they did it. I'm assuming they probably had him. They probably used maybe a voice modulator or did some messing around with like the pitch or something. I don't know how they got to get his voice down past like he did to make him sound like he also sounded like his younger self. But it was just great. The technological side of this movie is great. Now, also in case you guys are wondering, I did not see this movie in 3D at 120 frames per second. I saw the normal screen at 24 frames per second. I honestly couldn't tell you how, so I can't comment on how the frame rate is. I did look while watching it just to see what it would look like at 120 frames per second, because I've never really seen anything that high of a frame rate. I mean, I'm sure I know PC games can get that high frame rate, but I don't play PC games. So I was curious, so I didn't see it there, and I don't even know if I would even like this, because I won't lie, when I see like YouTube clips of like movie clips that are on YouTube that have been like at the frame rate up to like 60 FPS, it always kind of looks off at point because it looks a little faster and just kind of throws me off. Like I was watching the bar fight from Kingsman. It was this YouTube video that was done at 60 FPS, and it kind of threw me off. Eventually, I got used to it, and it just looked normal to me, but it took me a bit to get used to it. So I don't know how it would have turned out at 120 frames per second. I don't know if it would have looked amazing. I don't know if it would have just been disorienting for hell. It would have just been it would have just been hugely distracting to me. I don't know. You guys might like it. You guys might not. That all depends on what your state is on frame rates. I'm personally not someone that really cares about that or really gets involved in all that stuff about frame rates, but whatever. It's also normal 24 frames per second normal 24 frames. So what else? Okay, I also got praised the acting, not the acting. Well, the acting overall was great in the movie as well. Like Benedict Wong was great, but he's great in everything I've seen him in. And Mary was also really great as well. She plays Danny. She was great. She was probably one of my, besides Will Smith, she was probably my favorite character movie. I really liked her. Benedict was also great as always, but Benedict was great as well. He was entertaining. The humor was great across the board, but definitely the best part of the movie, and is without a doubt the main selling point of this movie, other than probably the de-aging CGI, which I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second, was the action. The action in this movie is fucking fantastic, man. I loved it. It's well shot, it's well choreographed, and it just looks great. Like the bike stuff, like the bikes thing where they're in Colombia, and you see like Junior doing all these fancy tricks with the bike. It looks really cool, and there were some parts in there was obviously not all of it was shown in the trailer. Look, the stuff that wasn't shown in the trailer was like really innovative and cool. Like he does these crazy things with the bike, and it just looks really cool. There was some cool use of slow mo in there when it needed it, and it just overall just looked really fucking cool, man. That was probably my favorite scene in the whole movie. Was probably the bike stuff. Well, no, not really. There was this one part at the end of the movie. Some dude is walking through fire, and I think they use slow-mo there too, and it just looks fucking badass, man. It looked like something out of the fucking Terminator. It looked epic, man. I love that part around the end of the movie. What else? Yeah, the action, the great, like the stuff in the cathedral, not the cathedral, the catacombs was great. The final battle looked great. The action overall was great throughout the movie. And that's what I definitely would say would be the main selling point of this movie, whether or not you're gonna like it or not. So, yeah, let's see if there's anything else. The soundtrack was also great. I really love the soundtrack when it gets there. Those action beats, the soundtrack is fucking epic, man. I absolutely love the soundtrack for this movie. It would just sound great. Now, let me move on to the negatives movie. Now, first off, I got also the CGI. Well, it's not even really CGI, guys. I actually saw Chris Stuckman's review before I saw the movie a couple days ago. And apparently he actually said that they didn't actually use de-aging CGI like what they did in Captain Marvel. They just used mocap, which I can probably tell that they did because I won't lie, there are, like I mentioned before, there are scenes where it looks legit, and you're like, that's just Will Smith when he's back in his Fresh Prince days. But there's other times where you can kind of tell it's CGI. You know, it's like there are times where you can see where you tell it's definitely CGI, which is definitely not what I'm Captain Marvel. Remember in Captain Marvel, it just looked like Samuel Jackson, younger. Like there was never a point where I'm like that is so CGI. I mean, we knew it's CGI, but it did not look like it was CGI. It looked real, Here, it didn't really get that. There are some scenes in the dark where it does look real, but most of the time, I would say it looks good, but you can tell it's CGI, or mocap, or however the hell they did it. But there is this one scene at the end of the movie in broad daylight where it does not look good. I mean, when I say look good, it still looks fine, but you can really tell it's CGI there. You can really tell it's CGI at the end of the movie when it's in broad daylight. And you see young Will Smith's face there at the end of the movie. You could tell it's CGI. It did not look all that great. So much on them, like, how did this get greenlit? Did nobody they're like, you might want to work on that a little bit more, because it didn't really look all that great there at the end of the movie. One other thing I also got that's a big negative of the movie that I would say is probably with the screenplay. Now, the screenplay itself overall is great, but the way they handle exposition isn't. You see this in the trailers a bit, but they repeat shit a lot. So you're telling me you made a person out of a person, and you told me to kill that person? So let me get this straight. I'm a person cloned from another person. You making me kill that person? They repeat the shit over and over. It's damn near insulting how much they're like, yes, I get it. You are a clone. You don't need to spoon-fed me all this. Chris Stuckman was a lot harsher on the screenplay than I am. I overall thought it was great, but the way they handled exposition was definitely a weak point for me. So, yeah, that's about all I gotta say for Gemini Man. Overall, I think it was an amazing action movie. That if you guys like action films, you're looking for an action movie that definitely you can turn your brain off. This is no John Wick. So if you're looking for a good, turn your brain off type of action movie, popcorn flick with Will Smith giving you a all-around great performance, I would definitely recommend you guys go check out Gemini Man. If you guys weren't really sold by trailers, the movie itself won't do it. So, yeah, overall, I'm going to give this Gemini Man a 9 out of 10. It mostly comes from the action, man. The action movie was just so fucking good to me. I thought it was great. So, yeah, that's overall what I think of Gemini Man, guys. Tell me down below what y'all thought of the movie. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Tell me down below. So, anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you can, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, follow the links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time. She's too